Hey, what's going on out there, people? To all the men and women out there on the greatest team ever assembled, that'd be Team Greatness. It's your boy EL coming in to talk to you guys about a quick topic that someone has been on my mind. I'm going to do these periodically whenever there's a topic that really, inspires me or gets me kind of riled up, or something that's important, something I've been through, something that we're all been through. I'm going to do a couple of these just to kind of shed my take on things. So the thing I want to talk about today is bullying. We've all been there. We've all, been bullied. Maybe some of us have been the bullies. I'm an 80s baby. So back in those days, there was no social media, there was no MySpace, no Facebook, no Instagram, Snapchat, or all that stuff. It was just, the bully and you. So stuff was more, personal back then. I remember back in, middle school, you're just, trying to, find your niche and just find people that you're have likenesses and commonalities. So I was bullied a lot back in my middle school era. And I was always younger and smaller than everyone, so that made me a target. So had a lot of fighting. I was doing a lot of fighting back and defending myself and stuff like that. But back in those days, like bullying was actually like physical. Like it was actually like in front of you. Now with the social media age we've got now you can be bullied and not even see that person, not even know that person. You can be bullied from another state, another country, and people can gang up on you. So the bullying has now been turned up to like the umpteenth level now, which is really unfortunate. So why do I bring this up? Like I said, we've all been bullied before, but how we've handled it in the past and how we move forward, that's really instrumental. And if you think about it, bullying is it's a form of trauma that all of us have dealt with. Someone's picked on you for your size, or your teeth, or your clothes you wear, or whatever the case may be, and so that stuff affects you, and it is a form of trauma, and that sticks with you. Now you can do one of two things. You can either define you, or you can use it to fuel yourself to overcome that. And so, but some of that stuff sticks with you. There's an old saying that goes, you can hear 100 positive things, but that one negative is one that sticks with you. And so I bring this up because how does one combat bullying in today's age, the social media era? There's Facebook and there's, X and all these different forums. So now it's almost like a public forum for everyone to key in on what's going on in your life. So those of us that have kids, or stepkids, or younger brothers or nephews, whatever the case may be, how is it that we can get them to combat some of this bullying in this era and have success and not have to have self-confidence issues or doubt, stuff like that? So I think two things have to happen. Number one, it's awareness. And that starts with those of us that have gone through it, been there, done that. Sharing that knowledge, sharing that experience, sharing that aura with them, letting them know, hey, here's what could happen. Here's this environment that could be out there, and getting them prepared for it. So awareness is a lot of it. So if you're aware of something, you can better try to fight it off and be prepared for whatever may come. And then you can, sideswipe and maneuver from there. So parents, leaders, family members, friends that have younger individuals that are looking up, that are impressionable, or still needing to learn the way, that's something that you can pass down to help the next generation out. Let them know, hey, this is stuff that's out here, but here's how you can combat it. Make sure that you know that you're worthy, you're valuable. There's nothing wrong with you. Help keep their confidence up. Also, the second thing you can do is turn the volume down on some of that social media. It's easy, to slide a tablet in front of a kid or a phone in front of a kid when they're acting up or doing whatever. That social media access needs to be turned down, because again, you can portray and be whoever you want online, and people can gang up. Now this school is now ganging up on this individual. Now this department is ganging up on this individual. So it's easy to just, those internet trolls. It's easy to be a part of someone and have, fake internet confidence when you're behind a computer screen. So limiting their access to that type of stuff limits their access to that environment and doesn't leave them susceptible to that type of ridicule and bullying. So that's also very important. Also, letting them be aware that forum exists. Hey, when you start to get older, there's this, there's that, but also be smart in this stuff. Make sure that you're, not embellishing and all that stuff. Make sure you're thinking and performing actions based off of yourself. Don't follow this person. Don't like this and that and the other. So having that, maintaining their individuality and make sure that they know that they are unique, they're worthy, they're valuable, and their uniqueness would make them special. It's not something to be bullied on. It's not something to feel down about. It's just who they are, and they should embrace that. And having us leaders, those that are parents or bigger brothers or older siblings, such and such, even at work, these leaders can step in and say, hey, you know what, like, you don't have to be susceptible to this. Like, let them know how important they are, how valuable they are. And also with our youth, let them be aware that, hey, there's some people out there that aren't liking themselves. So they don't like themselves, they're jealous or envious, they're gonna start to go to you. It's those haters is what, when people be sipping that haterade is what they call it. So making them aware of those types of people and those types of circumstances that they can run into, but also the forums that are out there to where people can easily get sucked in and then start to follow and be a part of the bullying problem, or be susceptible to being bullied, and now their self-confidence, all that stuff, their self-worth, their value starts to diminish. Making them aware of those forums and making sure that we are educating them on those forums, but also limiting their access, especially when they're young. Giving an 8-10-year-old access to Facebook's probably not the best idea, but making them aware as they get older, because they're going to be curious about that stuff. And so as family members or friends, parents, when we're talking to our youth, we're the ones that have the influence. So either we empower them and educate them and uplift them, or when they go out there into some of those scenarios, that negative kid or that bully or whatever, or that kid that's committing a deviant acts, they're the ones interacting with these kids, and then they're going to learn those bad habits from them. So if we get ahead of it and start to educate them, bring them in, nourish them, educate them, support them, uplift them, then when they go out there in some of those circumstances, they're being head to head with that bully or whatever scenario, now they're able to make a better decision. They're able to combat it and keep their self-worth, their self-love up. So that's something that was very, very passionate and on my mind as of late. Like I said, I was bullied a lot back in middle school for being kind of the smaller, younger kid. So I was always fighting and defending myself and stuff like that. And so, there were some times where, my self-confidence wasn't where, I wanted it to be. And, luckily I had, family members that are like, hey, you're fine. Like, you're good, you're smart, you're this, you're that. I had my real friends that were like, hey man, like, you're cool and you can be with us and stuff like that. So that stuff is valuable, but some of that stuff kind of can linger, and that trauma can lead upwards to, in relationships or jobs and stuff like that. So it starts early. And if we can get a stranglehold on that, reel our youth in, and just individuals in general, reel them in, because bullying can happen at any level. It can happen in any environment. And so to recognize it and acknowledge it is the first step. Then from there, how do we combat it? Do we, confront that individual or parties that are committing these bullying acts? Do we reel the victims in and say, hey, you're all right, and support them and uplift them? And then education. All those things are key, but it starts with us and our experiences. And so being able to reach out and touch someone, uplift someone else, that's what it's all about. So that's the topic that was on my mind today. Thank you guys for giving me an opportunity to speak to you guys about a topic that we've all been through, whether you're on the bullying side or the being bullied side, something that we all can relate to. But then when we start to talk about the next generation, what can we do to help prepare them for the stuff that we've gone through and stuff that they may not be able to foresee? So again, thank you all for giving me the opportunity to talk to you guys. It's your boy EL, and God bless all you guys on the greatest team ever assembled, Team Greatness. God bless.